Hi, I'm Robin Ritter, Construction Director at Jihad, and today I'm going to show you how to caulk. We're outside of my own house, and I've got this trim that needs to be painted and caulked. We've got a seam here where the siding goes against the trim, and I need to get that seam sealed so that no water can get in. So what I'm going to do is I've got my caulking tools here on the table. I got a sift blade, I've got some rubber gloves, some tape, some cleaner, different types of caulk. We've got what I'm using is an all-purpose acrylic silicone latex caulk. This is a good exterior caulk. If you're using like regular painter's caulk, you wouldn't use that outside. That would be an inside thing. But the silicone is a really good key that it's a good one. You want the silicone latex. I've also got two other types of caulk here. These are bathroom caulks because the same principle of what we're doing here applies to bathrooms as well. We've got Quick Seal, which is it's called an adhesive caulk, and it's specifically for bathrooms and wet areas. And then we've got Quick Seal Ultra, which has a mold inhibitor in it, which is really nice. But today we're going to start with the regular caulk and a caulk gun. You can see this comes in a tube. There's a thing here that gets pushed through, and the caulk is going to come out at this end. If I'm opening up a new tube of caulk, whether it's the tube which squeezes like a toothpaste or this which uses a caulk gun, I'm going to take a razor knife and I'm going to cut a 45-degree angle, about a ½ an inch or a ¼ inch down from the tip of the caulk blade. So let's do that. Now sometimes there's a seal inside the caulk blade, and if you have a nail or a coat hanger or something, some caulk guns actually have a little gizmo here to poke through that seal. That's what I'm going to do on that here. This is a beat up old caulk gun, so I'm not going to use it because I want to use a pretty caulk gun. My caulk gun I'm going to be using. This is the plunger that's going to go into here, and I'm just going to pull it back like that, putting the bottom of the caulk gun into the caulk gun, and then now all I do is squeeze the trigger, and it ratchets and pushes the tube forward. I'm going to position the 45-degree angle so it's pointing down like that, and then I'm going to take a nice wet rag and use to have on the caulk gun. Now, one of the things you might want to consider, and I'm going to do this, is to put on some gloves, because the caulk sticks to things, and it's going to stick to your hands and your nails. If you don't care, that's fine, but this just makes cleanup easier. I'm putting on my gloves. I've got a rag here that's semi-wet, and I'm going to take the caulk and wipe this down. Normally I would just kind of clean this first. If you're doing bathtub caulk, you may want to do a little bit of a cleaner with some rubbing alcohol. The rubbing alcohol will take off any soap scum that might still be lingering and will really help your caulk stick. You just put a little rubbing alcohol on a paper towel and just wipe it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the trigger. Now when I squeeze it like that, you can see the caulk comes out. And it'll kind of keep coming out because it's a constant pressure. If you don't want it to come out, you pull back on the plunger. So I'm taking my finger and I'm putting it over the tip of the caulk gun like that. And I'm going to caulk like that. And then let the plunger go, pull the plunger back. Take my wet rag, put it around my finger, and smooth it down. Like that. And you see we got a really nice caulk line. Now one trick that's really good if you're trying to do around your bathtub and you want it to look really good, is to take a piece of blue tape, and we're going to put it above the caulk line and below the caulk line like that. You want to be able to see the width of what you're going to caulk. Then you take your caulk, see where your thing goes, like that. Pull the plunger back. Use my rag around my finger, very lightly. Do it. If I want it to get real smooth, I can go like that. Now when I take the tape off, you can see that there's a really nice line here. There you go. And you can see that there's a nice line there. There is a little bit of a ridge left over from the tape, and that's okay. What I'm going to do again is take my rag, and again, very, very lightly, I'm just going to wipe that little ridge off. And then if I want to get it really clean, I can kind of just go along to do that. And you can see it's a nice, smooth caulk line, and you don't need to make a huge mess. The trick is slow and steady and easy with the caulk gun. Thanks so much.